How is your diet and how is your exercise? Have you changed anything recently? Are you still eating the same foods that you've always eaten? And are you still exercising the way that you used to exercise when you were younger? Are you doing all this and noticing that in the mirror, your body and your muscles just start to seem a little softer than they used to? Perhaps you're thinking it's the slow fade of 50 and beyond, and our bodies are just gonna naturally start to decline. Well, the truth is, it might actually be a problem that happens at 7 o'clock in the morning before we go to work every day. Our bodies change when we're 50, and the same foods that we ate for breakfast when we were 25 may actually be robbing us of the nutrients and the energy that we need now. So what we're going to talk about today are the 6 big breakfast mistakes that a lot of people make, and we're going to talk about how to fix them. My name's Greg. I've been a nurse for over 30 years. I've spent a lot of my life working with health and wellness and helping patients. But most recently, I stopped taking my own personal health for granted and decided to start getting a little bit more serious about that as well. And in the process, I'm looking to learn and share all the information that I'm getting with others that are in the same boat that I'm in, so that hopefully people that are 50 and over can not only work to get to their retirement financially secure, but they could get there securely with their health as well. The goal is to have enough money for retirement, but also have enough health to enjoy it. So the first mistake is what we're going to call the paper fire mistake, or the paper fire breakfast. And this is when you would wake up and you might just eat a bagel, a piece of toast with some jam, or a large bowl of fruit. This is just eating carbohydrate. And what happens is eating carbohydrates is like sitting around a campfire, and when it starts to go down, you throw on some dry paper. What happens with the dry paper? It burns up quickly, and you get 10 seconds of heat and a lot of flame. But then shortly after that, you're just left sitting there cold and no more fire. The same thing happens when you only eat carbohydrates for breakfast. Your body takes it in and it sees the carbohydrates and it spikes your sugar. And that sugar releases the hormone insulin. After 50, our bodies don't use insulin the same way. Instead of using that sugar for energy, it locks it away and stores it as fat. So the lesson here is to never eat a naked carbohydrate. You always kind of want to throw a log on the fire, not dry paper. So instead of just eating the bagel or the toast or the fruit, you want to also add in eggs or some Greek yogurt. You want to give yourself some protein to go along with the carbohydrates. The second mistake is the halfway protein habit. And this actually kind of builds on number 1, because what happens is sometimes not that you don't eat any protein, it's that you don't eat enough protein. There's a threshold called the Leucine Threshold. And what this is this is the amount of protein that you need to have to actually trigger your body to start kicking in to build muscle. So I want you to think of it this way. Imagine you had a construction crew that was sitting outside your house and they were going to lay blocks. They were going to build a foundation, but they had one rule. They could not start laying block until the delivery truck came and delivered at least 30 blocks. That's what happens with this halfway protein breakfast. You need to give yourself at least 30 grams of protein in order to reach the leucine threshold that triggers your body after 50 to start building muscle. Otherwise, the construction crew just sits outside and does nothing. So if you're not eating enough protein, your body still sits there silent, just waiting to get to that threshold to go ahead and start working. So not only is it important to add protein, but you want to add enough protein. So make sure that you're eating an omelet, like an egg omelet with turkey bacon, or you're adding the Greek yogurt, or whatever else you need to do to add that protein up, whether it be protein powder or something else, to get your protein levels high enough to start building muscle with your breakfast. Before we start to go on to the next big breakfast mistake, I do want to share a big takeaway here. And the big takeaway is that after you sleep all night long, your body has been fasting for an extended period of time. And our bodies after 50 tend to start to eat muscle if it doesn't get protein. So you don't want to wait too long in the morning before you start feeding your body some protein. Usually after about 60 to 90 minutes of waking up is when you want to try to make sure you get that first dose of protein into your body. And with that, I'd like to also ask a quick favor. If you could give me a like, share, and subscribe and help my channel grow, I'd really appreciate it. Our aim here is to try to provide the best services to people that are 50 or over so that they have good information so that they can not only retire well, but they can retire healthy and enjoy all the benefits of retirement. The third big mistake is the healthy cereal scam. And what I mean by this is when you're eating cereal out of the box and you're eating the box cereals and it says that it's heart healthy or that it's low sugar or low fat. These are often scams. Most processed cereals are highly refined grains, which are really not good for you. Your body actually digests this food and kind of treats it similar to candy, and it just spikes your sugar again quickly, and then slowly you crash. You don't really want to trust what's on the front of the cereal box. You want to look on the back and see the ingredients that are on the back of the box. That's where all the truth is dispelled. If you can see all of the processed items that are in the ingredients on the back of the box, what they do on the front is all advertisement. So what you really want to do is opt for more of the whole grain oats and steel cut oats for breakfast, not the cereals that come in the box. The fourth breakfast mistake is the liquid flash flood. So this is how I want to kind of explain it, and I want you to think of it. I want you to think of if you turned on your faucet in your sink just a little bit and you left it run, it would adequately be able to drain all of the water through the bottom of your sink. But if you took that same sink and instead of turning on the faucet, you came in with a full bucket of water and dumped it all in at once, it would probably even overflow the sink, if not certainly slow the draining process. This is what happens when we juice our fruits and vegetables for our smoothies or our juices for breakfast. If you're eating an apple, it's kind of like turning the faucet on slowly and it allows your body to digest it. But if you're juicing all of your nutrients, you're flooding your liver similar to how you would flood the sink, and your liver can't adequately help pull out the nutrients from the breakfast that you're getting, and it actually just pushes it right through without getting the adequate nutrients. So what you really want to do is you want to eat your fruits preferably, and if you do make any smoothies or juices, you want to have them be 70% vegetables and protein and 30% fruit in order for you to actually get the best nutrients. And the other problem with this type of breakfast, it often leaves your body in an inflammatory state. So your body's constantly inflamed and you have these pains and you can't recover from your workouts as well as you can if you're not flooding your body with all this fluid for breakfast every morning. Drinking your coffee first thing in the morning. Coffee is full of caffeine, and caffeine actually stimulates the cortisol in our body. And cortisol is the stress hormone, which triggers our body to start eating muscle because it has to kind of respond to the stresses, and that's how our body has its fight or flight response. So in order to avoid inadvertently eating the muscle away from your tissue, first thing you want to do is drink a glass of water in the morning and then eat a good protein breakfast and then drink your coffee. This will keep the cortisol levels down and allow your protein to help build your muscle as opposed to having the cortisol eat your muscle. And the sixth mistake is waiting too long to eat your breakfast. Intermittent fasting, I know, is a very good tool to have in the toolbox. You have to kind of grade it depending on how your body responds. At 50 and over, our bodies tend to naturally decline with muscle maintenance. So we're not able to fast as long or as well as we could have when we were younger. So what you want to do is, again, you want to make sure that you're getting the protein in sooner rather than later when you're older than 50. If you think about an intermittent fast, don't eat breakfast until 1 o'clock when you could actually eat it at 10 o'clock. What are you losing? You're losing about at least another 3 to 4 hours of time where your body is now wasting muscle instead of building muscle. So try to get that protein in sooner than later, because you don't want to have extended periods of time where your body starts to eat away at the muscle instead of building it. So which of these 6 mistakes can you identify that you're making? Which of these 6 mistakes do you think could be making you look softer and you haven't really realized it? Let me know in the comments. Also, let me know if this information is what you're looking for or if you're looking for something else. We do have a variety of topics that we're trying to offer here to help people that are 50 and over get prepared for their retirement, both to help them save financially and also become healthy in the process. And that's what we aim to do. Let me know in the comments what you're looking for.